We're starting off high.
We can get
I think
two fools agree on that one. Oh, by the way, look, we got the wide shot.
there was you had accountability. Now what I can
Now all you need is a podcast and a YouTube channel.
no, not even.
Where give me the money. Show me the money. Shoot the J. Shoot it. Live on Facebook.com/Foolproof.
To raise a human before I would
Trust human race back wolves.
before I would trust a pack of humans to raise a wolf.
Right. I hear you. Yo, what up, fools? Welcome to another edition of Two Fools Agree. As my co-host is fucking around on his phone.
Well, I didn't hear the shit. I didn't know we started up.
Oh, you didn't hear it?
You know I got ADHD, baby. You gotta keep my attention or it's over with.
For fuck's sake. Yo, what up, fools? Welcome to another edition of Two Fools Agree. As always, I'm your host, Michael Reggie, with my distracted co-hosts, Clifford, Jordan, Jennings.
What's happening?
I was giving Cliff a hard time because we talked about going at 8 so that we weren't as sleepy. And then this motherfucker still took a nap. So we are still battling the same good fight. So welcome to the show.
Listen, gotta get a nap in.
I mean, I'm really not mad at you for it. I'm
gonna get a nap in regardless whether it's on purpose or accident.
That's true, you narcoleptic motherfucker.
That's a fact. So I don't know if we can avoid the nap situation. We can do this bitch at 11:30 a.m. and I'm sure I'd have a nap.
How was your week, man?
I mean, it was all right. Same old shit, you know. It bleeds together.
Nah, I get it. I was leading on-site stuff at work all week, and it was good stuff, but it drains me, man. It drains.
I get it. We are in a new era,
right,
my friend.
Right.
And I don't know what these motherfuckers is doing, but we ain't stupid, right? Like, right. You ain't gonna keep fucking with this weather and then blame it on corn. Is that where we're at now, that you're blaming it on
corn sweat, Cliff? Which, by the way, is also the name of the actor playing Superman. Coincidence? I think not.
What? This nigga's name is Corn Sweat?
David Corn Sweat. I think it's David.
Okay.
That's our new Man of Steel.
All right. Yeah, that Corn Sweat. I don't know what the fuck. We're not dumb.
No doubt.
I ain't never heard of fucking corn get wet a day in my life. Let you boiling it. What the fuck are you doing? I thought corn dried out in the heat. You talking about no? It's pissing itself and it's making it humid.
But that kind of makes sense though, because if with the amount of rain that we've gotten, the plants are still pulling up that water. That heat is, I mean, it's basically turning the corn into popcorn.
But wouldn't that dry the corn out?
After it pops. And all of that's evaporated into the atmosphere, making it hot as fuck.
I don't know. Somebody's gonna have to try drinking their I guess you don't make
corn
popcorn
juice
in water.
Juice.
Yeah, just to see, right? Because if that's true, then you have like corn tea after you are done boiling your corn.
But doesn't like canned corn come in its own like juice?
You think that juice is from the corn? That is some wet ass corn.
I'm trying to make something
that
up
is
here,
some
sir.
Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion ass corn right there. You hear what I'm saying? You open up a can and it's half motherfucking juice. You like, these motherfuckers been working out in this can. That's a lot of corn sweat.
It is a lot of corn sweat.
No, niggas, that's concentrated corn starch. You hear me? They manufacturing corn sweat. They probably just trying to keep the illusion alive. The conspiracy. They like, look at your can and tell me that it can't get hotter when it's sweaty out.
Again, after last week's show, took the boys.
Yeah, I saw you.
My little 60-second review. That movie was fun, dude. Like, it wasn't. I'm not gonna say it was a good movie, and I'm not saying you would enjoy it, but it was just fun. Like, after all of the gritty shit that DC has done, it was a nice change, and I actually appreciate the fact that they're trying to bring some like light and levity to the world. Like, it is more about and the haters will hate on it, but it is like kindness is really his superpower, because he gets fucked up in the first 3 minutes of the film. Like, that's part of the intro scroll is 30 years ago this thing landed on Earth. 3 years ago Superman announced himself to the world. 3 weeks ago, blah blah blah. 3 minutes ago he was just handed his first loss. Like, everything that you see in the trailer of him getting like blasted into the snow and Crypto coming and getting him, that is all in the first 5 minutes of the movie.
I don't know how I feel about that though, right? Like, I'm not gonna say that I'm a Superman expert, because I don't think the last Superman movie I've seen was like post black and white, like them old gray colored.
The Donner ones with Christopher Reeves.
And I don't even know if it was Christopher Reeves. It might have been, but I feel like Superman's just a masochist, right? Because if you can stop a fucking bullet with your eyeball, nothing's beating you.
Right.
Nothing's even affecting you. I don't care if you're letting them tee off.
But that's actually why I liked this one, was because he was a little more like vulnerable. And on top of that, the way they handled Lex, the tech billionaires that we deal with. So it is fun to see one of those motherfuckers get their comeuppance.
But Lex seems like he has a little bit more, like, excuse my language, but these niggas now are pussy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, the difference is that Lex, like, he doesn't get physical at all. Everything he does is through like technology and paying other people to do stuff, and like, so I do think he's a good stand-in for like today's billionaire class.
Okay, that's why they switched it up then, didn't they?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, it depends. There's been so many different iterations of Lex Luthor that like, it depends which one you're thinking of. I think the other thing that I liked about the movie was just the way it was shot. Like, the cinematography it gets a little goofy at times, but it's a brighter color palette, which gives the movie a lighter feel, which
I like that.
Also feels like some of the him flying around stuff just feels very almost retro. And so it had that the cinematography is almost its own character in the movie. Just the way it's shot and the way it feels, like it just adds to the, like I said, it was just a fun movie. Like, definitely summer popcorn. Like, it's not a good movie. I don't think it's okay for a superhero movie, but it was fun. And, I took 2 10-year-olds to go see it, and they enjoyed it. And, I think...
Right. Yeah, no, I mean, that makes sense.
And it had to be a departure from the last, like, round of DC movies. Like, it needed to be.
What was the last round of DC movies?
Like Man of Steel, Dawn of Batman vs Superman, Justice League, Wonder Woman. Like, it just...
See, I like the what is the one with the girls? Birds of Prey.
Oh, Birds of Prey. Yeah, Birds of Prey was fun. Suicide Squad was fun.
I like Suicide Squad. Suicide Squad 2 was all right.
The Suicide Squad.
Is that what that was?
Yeah.
And is it the same? I mean, I know it's DC, but is it like the same creator type shit?
Different director, same like group of people and same universe. Actually, the dude who directed Superman directed the Suicide Squad.
That's the second one.
Suicide.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so that would make sense. Yeah, that one seemed a little bit more
light.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely the way to go, like you said, if you're trying to capture the youth.
Yeah. Well, and then I'm excited to see Fantastic Four, which I think opens this weekend. But what I'm hearing about it makes me leery doing the whole like retro futurism where they've got flying cars in the 60s. So I'm curious as to how they pull that off, and it'll be interesting considering every other Fantastic Four movie they've ever made was terrible.
I think I've seen the first one.
Yeah.
That has one of the Chris's in it, right?
Yep. Chris Evans.
Okay. Yeah. Captain America.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Which is why they pull that gag off in Deadpool versus Wolverine, where Deadpool's talking about Chris Evans like it's going to be Captain America, and then it turns out that it's Johnny Storm.
Who's that? The flame guy?
Yeah, Human Torch.
Okay.
But I'd recommend it. I think it was solid. And I was flipping through Amazon movies that are, on digital and all that. And dude, I hear you on there's nothing original. There's nothing original that pops. There is a ton of like the A24 stuff, man, out on Amazon or
I did watch that Mickey 17.
Yeah, did you? What'd you think?
Yeah, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah. I thought you might like it just because of like the undertone of it. Like, this is all of us, whether we realize it or not.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad. That nigga was crazy though.
Oh, no doubt. So for
like he was crazy for like I thought it was like because when I first saw it, I caught like the back half of it, and then I was like, now I really got to see it. This guy. And I was like, I really got to see it. So I watched the front half of it, and it showed that he signed up for that role.
He signed up for it.
Are you fucking serious?
All to get out of debt, basically. And if
that's what's crazy.
And if you don't think that that's going to be possible at some point in the future,
it is. But here's the thing about it. Right? Because I'm watching it from the back half first, and I'm like, they're just going to keep bringing you back to life. So why not die for fun, right? Like, right. I'm about to take as many of y'all out as I possibly can to see how y'all like it.
But the flip side was if you broke the law, like, they just wouldn't reprint you.
Then don't reprint me, bitch. I don't want to keep dying. I died like 18 times.
I'm sorry, but so Malk, we're talking about Mickey 17. The whole plot line of like
it's crazy.
Him wanting, or the one, his girlfriend wanting to have a threesome with both of
with
him.
The two, right? And he was acting funny about it. I was like, all right,
like, whatever.
It's to me. Like, who cares? But when the dude started like playing with his ear or whatever, I'd have been like, whoa now, like. Your hands to
whatever.
Hands on her.
But Cliff,
what's this Mickey 17?
I don't care if it is me. It's not me.
The other you is like, I know what you like.
Yeah, no, you keep it to yourself. Yeah. Bitch, do it to yourself.
Do it to yourself.
You know, it's a whole woman right here, and you twinkling with my ear like, that's not what this is about. She wants this.
Right.
That's crazy.
It's time to Eiffel Tower this shit.
It was like
break the ice.
It was like this nigga could like basically the government he hired him for a position where he was a test dummy, like a crash dummy. Like, so if they went to a new planet and they wanted to test out the atmosphere, they would send this nigga out and be like, deep breaths now, taking all the chemicals and all the diseases just to see if it would kill him. And then he'd come back throwing up blood and die, and they'd reprint him to do it again. And it was
until they figured out, like, here's the
Dang.
shot. We
like
need to
his
give
job was
everybody.
just to die.
Yeah. They
That
put
was his sole purpose.
Yeah.
A sacrifice.
Yeah, I'm taking some of y'all out. You got me fucked up. Yeah, so don't print me. You ain't going. You
But
got
they
about
would-
3
but they would-
lives.
But they would bring him back to life, though, is what y'all are saying?
Yeah, like, so once he died, they would, like, every week they would download his mind, so he kept the same memories, the same everything, and then they would bring him back to life to do it again until they got it right, type shit. It was to the point where the nigga wasn't even dead, and they was like, get rid of him anyway. He can't do shit for us. Like, he was just sick and couldn't move, and he wasn't dead. And they was like,
and that's how
incinerator anyway.
And the whole law was there couldn't ever be 2 of them at the same time, and because they left him to die and he ended up surviving, they had a second one printed, and
Damn.
no duplicates.
Is it
And he
on
was
streaming services?
Yeah, it's on. I actually think it's free on one of them, but I know it's available on
I'm about to
Amazon
watch that
Prime.
tonight.
Yeah, I think
Right.
I watched it on HBO or
Then it's
something, so I didn't
HBO.
see it on.
I mean, if you watch it on HBO and you didn't pay for it, then it's on HBO.
I think that's
Right.
I think that's where I watched it.
I'm trying
But
to
yeah,
remember.
it was a good movie. It was a good movie.
I told you, I thought that was one you might like.
Uh-huh.
And I'm usually good, like, anytime I've got, someone over and, Netflix and chill, we always have a movie on, so.
You always have what?
I mean, it always starts with a movie.
Yeah, and the corn.
Actually,
Not always.
usually the movie is afterwards, if I'm being honest. Usually the movie's after.
My experience, it's
And
always been during.
And cuddling during or cuddling after is the movie.
It depends on the schedule. I need you in and out. Come on.
Now, there are definitely
Lizzie,
times
come
where
in,
that's
drop
the
him, and
case.
let's.
This nigga's a robbery victim. He like robbed a dick. Just
I got
hurry up
5
and get in and get out.
See,
And
Malcolm.
Cliff,
Malcolm could be one of the delivery drivers for Coming Soon. There you go.
That nigga ain't getting.
Pipe. Sometimes you hit him with the full
You
pipe.
know what I'm talking about?
Hey,
That's a
you know,
rule.
Mike? It depends on.
facts.
It's variable to the situation.
That's a rule, baby.
You know what I mean? There's variables to the situation, but I gotta
Man.
watch that though. I haven't
Check
seen
it
it.
out. I'm trying to think of another one. Death of a Unicorn is also a good one.
That's A24 or
That's
whatever.
another A24 movie.
That sounds wild. Death of a Unicorn.
Yeah,
okay.
and it's Paul Rudd and the girl from.
Okay.
I like Paul Rudd.
And it's the girl from Wednesday.
Oh, for real? So that's
Yeah.
fairly
never
new.
watched that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, where the 2 unicorns. I saw the previews for that. And one was like evil or something like that.
Well, I'm not gonna give anything away, but you watch it. And,
Right.
Yeah. Basically, they kill a unicorn at the beginning and figure out that, like, unicorn blood has special properties, which is part of any fantasy lore about unicorns.
Right. So it wasn't that. Isn't it crazy how they perpetrate? It wasn't that the unicorn was evil. He was on a revenge path. Like, oh, you took my nigga out. Now I gotta.
Well,
Coming back to-
it's deeper than that, but yes.
Okay.
It's not. You're not wrong. I all right. Not to spoil anything, but the unicorn is an adolescent. It is a child.
Oh.
Yeah. So if that tells you what the other unicorns feel about that,
Right.
Wait a
But
minute.
That's how
But it's wild,
all us.
man.
That's
It
how
is some
all us
crazy
unicorns should be feeling. If we're being honest here. That's how every unicorn citizen should be feeling currently, if you ask me.
Meanwhile, I'm thinking swinger poly life where, a unicorn is the girl who's bi that wants to join a couple. So
Goodbye, girl.
Then why would there no death to them?
Right? No, we don't want that. They're special.
I guess that would elicit the same reaction.
Yeah, it would.
No,
It would. I would be out here murdering people.
Damn, you didn't kill my unicorn.
Oh yeah, it's popping. At that
You
point.
hear me?
All right.
That's crazy. That's not the same reaction, but you know what I mean. To equate a child to a bisexual woman down for a threesome is crazy work. You know what I'm saying?
That's wild.
That's not what I was
Why
doing.
did you have to pause and take it there?
Because I feel like that needs to be said, right? Because that's crazy work, and that's not what I was doing. I wasn't doing that.
Oh man.
But go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, you got any? I know we started off on a tangent, which is always great. You got any inadvertence?
I do actually.
Before we get into the main topic, which is why I invited my fellow professional wrestling aficionado to the table.
Fucking Hulkamania nWo 6-member.
Just so.
Hey, I should have worn my DX Generation.
Dude,
I put my DX Generation shirt on.
While Cliff is talking through his inadvertent, I might go grab my nWo shirt.
Oh, you have one? Dang, I want one.
No, you probably need to hear this because I was rewatching the movie Sinners, right?
Yes.
Because it's now out. They got it on
HBO
HBO.
well.
Yeah, I need to watch it.
You should.
Oh, you haven't seen it at all?
I was gonna watch it the other day, but
it's good. But I was rewatching the movie Sinners, and I came to the conclusion, right? I'm not saying that vampirism is an exclusively Caucasian hobby.
But you're not saying.
I'm just saying it's not a black hobby, right? Like, I don't think that there's a lot of black vampires out there, you know, in that world, so to speak. You know, in that situation, it makes sense, right? Because you targeted a juke joint full of black folks. So, of course, it's going to be a few that turn. But if you watch the movie, remember the Smokes baby mom, the one who was the voodoo lady.
Yep.
She the whole time thought they were haints. Remember, she kept saying they're haints, and then she said these ain't haints. These is worse. These is vampires. So that would make me believe that black people were more used to seeing a haint than a vampire, right?
Fair. That makes sense.
My second.
Do I know what a haint is? What is a haint? Did we?
I didn't either, but they explained it in the movie.
I missed
she
that.
said a haint is it's like This Is Us, basically.
Oh, okay.
A haint is like I don't know if she said a demon, but it's like an entity that switches places with you. Takes your soul out and they hop in your body and do their thing. But my second and most definitive proof is that black people don't invite anybody into their house. Everybody knows, if you have any black friends or have gone to a black person's house, if I open the door and I'm not standing in the doorway,
right,
that is your invitation into my home.
You don't have to say it.
Yeah, but if I open the door and I'm standing there,
you're
or
guarding,
poke a head out, you don't have permission to come in. So if I open my door and I'm not standing in the doorway, and you say, "Cliff, you gonna let me in?" Bitch, if you don't turn around and go fucking home right now, what is wrong with you? It's clearly something wrong with you that I
May
need
I
to
come in, please?
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, what? Who?
Cliff,
what
Cliff. It's all about consent, man.
Yeah, that's true.
And
you never want to assume these days, Cliff.
And I guess that's if you're knocking on a different door.
Right.
But
whoa.
But as far as the home door, you know if somebody's allowing you in their home,
especially if you've been invited or whatever. If even you know
what I'm saying. I've never come to somebody's house and been like, "So, Mop, you gonna let me in? You gonna invite me in?" Like,
and I would have to stab you if you did, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's
I'm
weird.
Like, you fucking gay ass nigga. What is this, a nightcap? Like, what are you thinking?
That's weird as fuck.
Asking me, can you come in? This isn't after a date, bitch. Like, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? That shit is just weird.
Oh, but wait a minute.
That would be different. That right might there, get some folks.
That right there.
Right.
Can I use your bathroom real quick?
Right.
Like,
that throws me off.
But you do that. But you do that sometimes to this, where you work, to this day doing that. You be like, "Can I use your bathroom?" I'm like, he just would announce it. He'd be like, I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick or whatever. So he wouldn't ask. He would announce it. I'm like, motherfucker, just go.
But it does. Can I join you? Can I come in?
They got ring cameras and all kinds of shit now. I don't have to worry about somebody thinking I came in against the will with all this Wi-Fi fucking surveillance systems they got out right now. I'm sure if it went to court, they'd be like, you let him in. You let anybody says, are you gonna invite me in? That sounds weird as hell. Like, what are you talking about?
I agree. That is a little strange.
I wouldn't even think they were a vampire, and I would just be like, go the fuck home. Go home.
Go home, Roger.
Invite them in.
Mm-hmm.
And I spent, I had a course.
If only it was like that for countries.
Right.
That's it for countries.
I had a course in college that was like Gothic. I'm trying to remember the exact title. It was like Gothic monster novels or something was an intro course for me. And I ended up taking a similar course 3 times because the grad assistant was gorgeous and she asked me to take her class. But
I bet she ain't asked if she could come in.
Even back to Bram Stoker. No, she did not. I wish she had though. But even going back to like Bram Stoker's Dracula, like the whole point is, and the reason why vampires were scary was because 1, they were the other, right? They were things that you didn't know. But 2, the reason it was scary is because these white women were inviting them in anyway. And a vampire couldn't turn you unless you did so willingly at some point.
Right. Yeah, I guess that would be... that'd be tougher, like on a date.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because most of the time you probably would ask before they would.
Uh-huh.
Like, you want to go back to my place?
Is she jiggling her keys?
But you know what? Even that doesn't necessarily provide consent into my home. Because if I'm saying you want to go back to my place, that could be the driveway.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That does not mean entry. So you may still need to ask. So basically, if we're intertwining arms and walking to the door and this bitch stops at the threshold
and says, will you invite me?
Are you going to invite me in? What did
he
it?
said?
Go home.
Driveway.
Go home. You hear what I'm saying?
So she may not make it into the house. She's just sitting in the car on the front porch.
Back to my place does not mean in my place, ma'am. Vamp.
Oh my, Mike! Did you ever hear about when John Cena was engaged to Nikki Bella and he made her sign like a 80 or 100-page rules and regulations document about cohabitating at his home?
No.
Anyways, that's Cliff. That is fucking Cliff. Cliff is not playing.
Shit. Yeah,
anymore you have to, as Malk, as the 2 divorced motherfuckers on the table.
Right.
I would also do the same.
That's just y'all. Y'all fuck with vampires. I know what the fuck I'm looking at. The fuck. I know who to invite into my home.
Listen, you never know. Sometimes they wear a mask.
Oh shit. Yep. Now I don't know what Hank's I don't know what their protocol is. but they're very clearly more prevalent in the black community, at least in, Jim Crow, Mississippi. Because she knew what them motherfuckers was. I don't know if they need to ask.
Right.
That kind of makes me want to watch the Jordan Peele movie now and see if there's any.
So is that
correlation? Correlation.
I mean, I would imagine so.
Because it's the Get Out movie you're talking about.
No, This Is Us.
See, I need to watch This Is Us because I haven't even seen. I mean, I hadn't even seen Get Out until recently.
Because remember, like I said, she said Haints would take over your body. So This Is Us, it's not necessarily the same because they already are in your body. They're just on the underworld side of things.
That's crazy.
So it may not be that the Haints are taking over your body so much as it is the reverse of you, the evil version of you replacing you.
Right.
They are always had your body. They look just like you already. They just took your spot on the top side of the world and sent you down there.
On some alien type.
So I would have to see to know if there's any correlations between the two. But now I'm interested.
Said it could be something?
Yeah, I'm interested now. Now I know if the This Is Us people was on the ring cam and was like, "Hey, can we come in?" Listen, then I don't know why they're prevalent in the black community. Like,
I wonder if it's a reference for the house slaves. I mean, honestly, the ones that said, "Okay, I'll join."
Yep, that's me.
Or the black overseers.
right? That would just be a replacement.
But if you're a Haint at that point, then yes, you're going to do the master's bidding.
I wouldn't imagine so.
No.
I wouldn't imagine so.
The way I was interpreting Haint was a possession, basically.
I mean, even if it was a possession or the This Is Us movie, this is like the evil version of you, right? So if the good version of you accepted the punishment and did the master's bidding, why would the evil version of you fall into the same role?
That's fair. All right.
Yeah, I would think that the Haint would kill the master and the slaves.
Quite possible.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm evil. I don't care about y'all. I'm here to
But if the
up.
master is also evil.
But the master is, I mean, as far as we know, humanly evil.
Unless the master is the one sending the Haints to possess anyways.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why I said as far as we know.
Right.
But if you're just humanly evil and I'm a demon, I'm the big dog. You're not the big dog. I don't do your bidding. You do my bidding. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would I listen to a human if I'm a demon? I'm not listening to you. You listen to me. We're both evil. Learn something. I mean, that's just the way I see it, but I don't know. Shit. I've never seen a Haint or a vamp. I probably have.
You've definitely seen a vampire.
I probably have.
I've explained to you.
I've probably been intimate with both, and just
that's not where that's not where I was going with it.
The neck, baby.
Because I've told you there is a vampire that is tangential to your life, sir.
Oh yeah, I know that. But I've only seen her in bat form. Bat. Better. Yeah, she's never showed the fangs. I just see the.
That's because they don't grow until they bite.
Protect the neck.
You got anything? Any other inadverts?
I feel like I did have something else I was thinking about, but I don't know what it was.
Fair enough. Malk, you got anything?
Not anything I can fucking think of.
Going once, going twice. Sold. All right. I can't even say it because I don't believe it. I can't say rest in peace. I'm sorry. The Hulkster was a racist, union-busting abuser.
Right. He's the steroid trial and everything.
The steroid trial, the fact that he is the one who basically was a big part of why wrestlers aren't contracted or treated as independent contractors instead of employees. Like, but
he's like the Babe Ruth of wrestling. Like he's loved and hated for a lot of, you know.
But I don't know if you can do that though, because Babe Ruth was loved and hated for different reasons.
I mean,
a lot of the hate that Babe Ruth got was because he was trying to integrate the MLB and he was the best one in it. Plus, there were rumors and speculation that he was a mixed breed himself.
Fair.
So they didn't like him. He slept with black women. He hung out in Harlem. You know what I'm saying? Like all that was why they hated him. But when you think about the good he did as far as donations to black communities, integrating the MLB, that's where the hate comes from. He's the opposite of Hawk in a way.
Right. So Babe Ruth isn't a good example, but still. Focusing in on the Hulkster. Similar to the way that I feel about R. Kelly and, you know, depending whether you believe the accusations against Michael Jackson, like, not a good dude, but he definitely transformed the industry.
Don't bring my nigga Mike into it. I'm just playing.
So you look at the 80s, like, professional wrestling was on its way out, and because of Hulk Hogan, like, it maintained a firm grip and has really been part of pop culture continuously since then.
And Mike was another one that would have been the opposite of him as well.
I'm undecided and we will never know what the truth
I'm not
was.
even talking about necessarily about the allegations. I'm just saying that we know Mike had been fighting against the music industry, the corporations from owning everybody's shit. Hulk set everybody up to where they would own everybody's shit. That's two different ways. And that's kind of why, you know, you can assume he would have allegations. You mean you're standing against the big media moguls and you're buying shit? Right. You're buying the Beatles and Britney Spears and Eminem and all these greats masters. You think they ain't going to find a way to get you the fuck up out of there? They will.
Right.
Yeah.
And I mean, honestly, he paved the way for, you know, as much as I am. It's not even that I don't respect her as an artist, but like Taylor Swift, like she fell into the same trap where they owned all her masters. And so what did she do? She came back and fucking recut everything. So that
I thought that was gangster.
It was, but it's inspired by, you know, kind of what you're talking about with somebody like Michael Jackson. Like,
but everybody who's made music knows the recreation is never good as the original creation,
which is fair, except for the fact that I think that depending what your situation was, like any of the latent opportunity to come back and recreate it, like it would be, you know what I mean?
But then it wouldn't be the original creation either, right? Because
It's true. But circling back to Mr. Hogan. So, Terry Bollea. He is Florida man.
He had.
He's definitely Florida man.
All the way Florida man.
That look like a coach purse.
I mean, honestly, he is probably responsible for some of the biggest like controversies in sports history. Like the professional wrestling, acknowledging the fact that it's fake, number one. Number two, the steroids thing with him and Vince, baseball with Mark McGuire and company. Like, that's all originates with fucking Hulk Hogan.
Why does it matter if you do steroids in wrestling?
Well, one, because they were illegal. That was the big reason.
But who gives a fuck? Like, who really cares? Your whole job is to be buff as shit, and it's not like you're using your force anyway. Now we're talking.
And
okay,
that goes back to the whole, he's also a union buster. Like, professional wrestlers tried to unionize under Vince in the early 90s, mid 90s, and Hulk Hogan was the one that, like, told everybody they shouldn't. Feelings about in terms of, I hate to break it to people, being unionized is always better than not.
Right.
At the end of the day, it always
I mean, we're
is.
seeing it
will
right now.
always benefit you. And
right, yeah.
Unions and like try to work actively against them and actively against unionizing. And that's the problem, because if you don't get basically a majority vote, the union doesn't take shape.
Right.
And people are always afraid of, and honestly, they should be afraid, because laws against union busting have been great.
First place, right? Like, these are the same people killing unicorns.
Right.
Right.
No
You know
doubt.
what I'm saying? And we're just listening. You approve the union or we fuck shit up.
Also fair.
How about that?
And honestly, if more, well, it all comes down to fear, right? Like, the system is designed to keep us afraid, to keep us working, to keep us in. Then they'll fire us all. I mean, it's possible, but at the end of the day, you know, unions are a good thing, and they build up the people.
Right.
That's why the United Auto Workers Union is like a political force now.
Like,
all the like Detroit auto workers. Actually, it's
we don't even make
anybody
cars
who works
here like that anymore.
There's still a fair amount of manufacturing for cars.
Yeah,
that is done
GM's in
here.
like 6 different states. Cliff, that's my client. They're in
Yeah,
like 6 different states, I found out.
I mean, even here in Ohio, we've got the Honda plant. Like,
Right.
but anyways, so circling back to Mr. Hogan, he is also responsible for one of the greatest heel turns ever. When, if you know anything about wrestling, you know that when Hulk Hogan dropped that leg at Bash at the Beach 1997, the entire world of professional wrestling changed.
It's supposed to be Sting. That's the
Right.
crazy part.
It wasn't even supposed to be him. And
Right.
so Hulk comes out, drops the leg, joins with the Outsiders, forms the nWo.
That shit was lit as a kid.
And even Cliff, who,
I mean, I just remember when Macho Man died and I was screaming at the TV like, Hulkster, it should have been you.
Damn. So this is long term, dude. This is long term.
Meanwhile, the Hulkster is now.
No, I
with,
didn't do that, but I did like
Man.
Macho Man more.
Oh yeah.
You know, y'all know
definitely
he's from
liked him more.
Y'all know he was from Columbus, right?
Macho.
No, I didn't know that.
Randy Savage was. Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
There must have been something in me that said that's why you like him more. I don't know.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
But Hulk Hogan almost also single-handedly responsible for the downfall of WCW and the collapse of the industry. Because of his guaranteed contracts, creative control, yada yada yada. Like, I am still trying to figure out how he dropped the strap to Goldberg, but then Goldberg turns around and drops it to Nash on the finger push of death. So,
right,
you can't trust nobody with a mustache like that.
That's true.
Especially if you got the Yosemite Sam with the brown under. You got the blonde Yosemite Sam with the natural brown beard hair under, and you think I can trust you? You got a two-tone mouth, my guy. With the hang down Yosemite Sam. That's the lip mullet. You got a lip mullet on your.
Well, but he also was the king of the bald mullet, so that all tracks.
Yeah, but I mean that's not even, like, I like the, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with a little party in the back, but he didn't even have business in the front. That nigga had no business.
No business.
He had no business. All party. What the fuck you got going on? His whole life, it was just no business,
He was
all
fighting off
party.
for dear life.
You can't trust nobody with all party in a Yosemite
no
Sam.
business.
No business, all party in a Yosemite Sam.
You got no business with no business.
I don't understand it. I don't understand it.
But it did professional wrestling. Because
I think he has to be.
Without Hulk Hogan, there is
Right.
no professional wrestling.
Yeah, I think he kind of has to be.
Who else is on that list, though?
I would put.
I mean, my ex-father-in-law used to take it back to like some of the Bruno
Sammartino,
his name is, and
yeah.
Harley Race.
What about the Ultimate Warrior?
Yeah.
See,
he was nice too.
Ultimate Warrior to me was like, you want to talk about roided out and just a freak show, like it was him. But he never drew he had a cult following, but he never drew the crowds that Hogan did.
I feel like him himself. Excuse me. I feel like him himself kind of changed the. What do I call it? Like swag. You allowed these people to actually be themselves in the ring, even though you kind of bit off that luchador shit with all the face paint.
But did he do that more than Austin or more than The Rock? Like the whole thing,
The Rock and Austin came after him.
I understand what you're saying, but he may have introduced that. They did it better. Because if you've ever transcended wrestling the same way that Hogan has, or Hogan did,
right?
Meaning, like, he is not just wrestling anymore. He is movies. He is a fucking cultural icon, and he's probably just as big a dick as Hogan is. But his whole point with all of that was, and if you've ever seen them, here's another movie for you: Fighting with My Family. You ever seen that movie? Like, he flat out talks about the fact that, like, The Rock is The Rock because it's him, and it's just I feel about The Rock, but it's hard to deny that The Rock transcended the sport.
But I guess that's what I'm getting at, right? Because if you go back far enough in wrestling, the only differentiations between the two fighters would be one piece or panty draws in boots. You know what I'm saying? Skin color, hairstyle. Until the Ultimate Warrior came around with his face paint and his tassels, and that, like, he opened the door for people to be like, no, you can be more than just one piece or panties. You can, and then you started seeing the Rocks and the Austins and the Gold Dusts and the shit like that. That didn't come before Ultimate Warrior.
No, I think that's fair. So maybe he does deserve a spot on there. Yada yada.
I agree with that. I feel like it's either Rock or Stone Cold, and I feel like, of course, like, casuals would say Rock, but everybody that watched wrestling during that era is like, I'm a Stone Cold guy.
Yeah, but you gotta also think Triple H was hot too, man. When he fucking tore his ACL and came back in that fucking leather jacket, boy, he was a fucking monster, beating everybody's ass. Rock, Stone Cold, everybody got fucked up.
He didn't
but the big reason for that was the fact he was banging the boss's daughter. Like, it wasn't because he was the star.
Yeah, like, he was the star in the same way that
I mean, he took the abuse the longest, was because he was the only one that got published or got punished for the kayfabe, the click, that whole thing.
I kind of feel like he was the star how Batista was the star. Like, you didn't say or do anything other than your moves in the ring and the way you look. Like, motherfuckers didn't even know Batista talked until he started doing movies, and they were like, "Oh, okay, he says words."
Well, and that's why,
like, you were just there.
I agree with you on Triple H. Like, his overall impact to professional wrestling, I think, will maybe earn him a spot there just because he's basically running the company now.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, you look at his path and it's like, yeah, you know, I can understand why somebody would throw him up there. How many is on Mount Rushmore? 4?
4. By the way, I got to take a
Ric
quick
Flair
pause.
too.
I got to take a quick
Ric
pause.
Flair's okay.
Got to take a quick pause with let's see. Uncle Greg in the chat with circling back to the Masters piece. Cliff, the Beatles were great because the originals were recreated by George Martin, the producer, which kind of feels like the Taylor Swift thing.
Yeah, okay.
And then he got salty because I didn't see the chat right away. It was like, guess y'all don't want to say hi, and the podcast was glitching out, which feels more like an Uncle Greg internet problem. Shout outs to Uncle Greg, especially after we've had some beef.
Aren't those delayed? Oh, y'all beefing?
We talked about the beef on a previous episode.
Did we? Where was I at? I was on that job.
It stems from camping weekend, but it's all good.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Listen, in one ear and out of the other. These headphones don't catch shit. My brother.
No doubt. So circling back to Mount Rushmore, I can see the argument for Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah, I'm not saying that I'm necessarily putting him there. I just think that he changed the game a bit.
Well, and that's why I'd have to say the same about The Rock. Like, I think it's definitely Hogan and Rock are there. I hear you on Steve Austin, but Steve Austin also disappeared. And Rock still comes back, and he's
that's
part
what
of the company.
Greats do.
And I don't disagree.
Bret Hart kept coming back.
Look at Barry Sanders.
And Bret Hart is a great example, but Bret Hart also succumbed
Undertaker's still coming back.
Well, and that would be my argument.
He said Undertaker's still coming back.
He came back the other night.
That nigga,
you
boy.
see that shit? He came to TNA on.
I don't know that I can. I think I would have to put Undertaker on there just from his longevity perspective.
I mean, if I'm being a buck, the greatest wrestler of all time, Mankind.
Just
he played a lot of
crazy shit that he did.
That's what I'm saying. He put his body on the line every single time he stepped in the. I've never seen nobody willing to.
What's it called? AEW fucking getting fork stabbed to the forehead and shit. That shit's crazy.
But I feel like that's all like.
I mean, you could make that argument for anybody in ECW.
Look at New Jack City's forehead, Cliff, and tell me that shit's fake.
No, I'm not saying it's fake, but it's jackass. You know what I'm saying? Like it's nothing more than jackass. In order to get power bombed off the top of the cage through a table on the concrete, you gotta be athletic, you gotta be durable, you have to be fearless. Like those are all traits that you don't need to get stabbed in the head with a fork or hit in the back with a barbed wire.
But my argument then is Mick Foley doesn't deserve a spot on the list because that's how he became popular. Was just willingness to put his body through everything.
Right, but again, that's not a fork stab. You feel me?
I hear you.
That's not a fork stab. Like, fall off of a fucking car onto your back in the grass. And this nigga's coming from 50 feet?
Right.
Are you serious in completing the match?
Right.
Who else?
Getting back up.
Who else? In the history of wrestling, who else?
It's fair.
That's all I'm saying. Now, again, I'm not saying that he deserves a spot on the Rushmore. I'm just saying that there's nothing I've never.
He's got to be in the consideration. Yeah.
Yeah. Then
he gets an honorable mention.
You got to put him up there for sure.
I mean, my problem is that cool. We hit the 80s. We hit the 90s. I don't know. And Malk probably has different viewpoints on this. I don't know if anybody that's doing it right now I would put on there.
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't know.
Right.
But I do feel like even though he's like a commercial version I feel like you kind of got to put Rey Mysterio up there, right? Because he
definitely
represented an
brought-
entire country.
He definitely brought the luchador style to the mainstream.
Right. And that's changed the game for them. You know, now you have Americans touring Mexico to go see luchador matches because they saw Rey. I loved Eddie Guerrero.
Oh,
I did love Eddie
cheat
Guerrero.
steal.
I did love Eddie
This
Guerrero.
shit is crazy.
I remember when he died.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, you know, all these motherfuckers were doing steroids because they all die of heart attacks before, like right around 60, 70. Like,
yeah.
And Eddie was, you know, had depression and everything else. And I think was Eddie an OD? I feel like Eddie was.
Yeah, I think so.
He
OD'd a lot. He OD'd
yeah, I
a
think
lot.
so.
I think he had a cardiac arrest.
You know what's crazy? My fault. I didn't mean to cut you off.
You good. You good.
I was just thinking, like, it's not like the only thing that really kept me in the know or even being somewhat of a wrestling fan back in the day is that your only options were wrestling, Ricky Lake, Montel Williams, Jenny Jones, all those like talk showy shows, or wrestling on Saturday afternoon. Like, where are you gonna watch?
What's funny to me is the only reason I ever got into it, because I was never a fan until like middle school. And Cliff, it was somebody we went to school with that actually turned me on to wrestling. It was Beth.
Kyle?
No.
Oh,
it
really?
Was Beth.
Really?
Uh-huh. Because she would always sign off her IM conversations with, and that's the bottom line.
That's wild. Not the IM conversations.
Right?
Yeah. AOL days used to be popping, though.
Right?
I used to be popping.
The door slam.
They used to be popping for real.
Yeah, that was that shit back in the day.
Miss an AOL message and it'll ruin your whole night. Like, damn, I did not see that.
See,
and like,
not to high school. I may have been the last person to talk to him, and it was on IM.